Hello, 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 hello. Am I alive? I feel live. It's hard to say if I'm live. Hello, how's everybody doing tonight? Think we're live? Looks good. As I'm streaming. You get the chat up on the other window here. Doo doo doo. There we go. How's everybody doing tonight? We're here again in ComfyUI, doing ComfyUI stuff. Last night we rebuilt Coffee Vector's workflow for masking out faces, and then, well, not masking out faces, but replacing people using ControlNet and. Yes, we're using line art ControlNet, normal ControlNet, and OpenPose ControlNet and IP adapters to take input footage like this. Impose whoever's in this picture on it, and come up with something terrifying like this. That's a particularly bad example, but I think it's funny. A couple of Mr. Beans in the car. I have the wrong mug tonight. I'm using my wife's mug, so she's the best aunt ever, not me. I'm only kind of a good uncle. All right. So yeah, that's the workflow we did last night. We had to rebuild it. It's available on my Discord if you want it. If you want to play with it, it's there. But tonight I want to go over another workflow by toyxyz. Let me see where it is. Is it this one? No. Is it this one? Yes. Okay. This workflow is very interesting. This one is it's for like masking out a person in a video, replacing them, and then leaving the background as it was. So we got our input footage here of this fella dancing. And we got Mr. Bean as our load image and to our IP adapters. And then we're feeding that into all the stuff. And it is coming out with this lovely thing. Now, obviously, there's always problems with OpenPose when people turn around. So, yeah, I was kind of expecting it to lose consistency when the dancer spins, but it just is what it is. These are still early days with all this stuff, so this is more for fun than professional music videos, but I don't know, you can be very creative with this stuff, so let's dig in. I think the way to go about this one is probably to rebuild it. And I'll just pull it up on the other screen, and then I'll rebuild the whole workflow slowly. I think that's probably gonna be the smartest way. Yeah. Then we can go over everything as it's sort of as it's used. All right. So let me start a new tab of Comfy. Move this one over here and clear. All right, we have an empty space. So we are going to start, as always, with the K-sampler, as it is the heart of our whole situation. So we have our K-sampler. This is the thing that does the diffusion. It does the deed. It does the magic. Out of this, we're going to go into a VAE decoder. So we need to decode the latent out. We'll do a preview image to get all the images so you can see what they look like. And then pop a couple video combines on the end of this, like we always do. Video combine at 12 frames per second. 5 File name prefix 12 FPS. AnimateDiff helps my brain. MP4. Yeah. So those are the basic settings. Let's do a second one. Copy, paste, Control C, Control V. Plug that in there and set that to 24 frames. Same deal, 24 frames. But this one we're going to no, you know what? Let's save a 24 frame one and let's save a film interpolated one. Not that one. We want to open up Film VFI, which is available in the frame interpolation. Available in this ComfyUI frame interpolation group. Very cool. Gives you all kinds of fun stuff for frame interpolation. I saw a new node there I haven't played with yet, so maybe we'll try that one out too. Okay, so for this this one, we're going to interpolate it 2 times at 12 frames per second in, and what that'll do is basically give you like a smoother version of this video. Half as speed, but you know, twice as smooth. All right, so that's the back end of this. So let's go over to the front end of this. I'm trying to think of the easiest way to start. So this workflow uses inpainting, which is kind of confusing. So we'll go through this slow. So let's add the VAE for inpainting. Because what we need to encode stuff for inpainting, we need to tell it what it needs to be inpainting. We'll be inpainting the mask or the person and leaving the rest alone. And that's how this works. This is the background video, and this is the new stuff that we're going to be masking, the stuff we're going to be replacing. So let's add a load our checkpoint. We'll just use deliberate or something. Easy peasy. Let's move this way over here because, yeah. The pixels that come into our VAE encoder will come from our video that we're actually loading. So let's load a video. So this is, sorry, you can see that load video. This is VHS load video, and it's available in the VHS node stack. You load that up. You uploaded a video. We can go back to the dancing person. Sure. We've got our dancing fella. Let's set our frame rate to 24. Let's set the size to... okay, so this is one way to control resolution in your inputs, which is not a bad idea. This force size thing, what these mean, these question marks, it means it's going to resize it so that it's either 512 wide by whatever tall, or whatever wide by 512 tall. So if you want to make sure that it stays 512 height on the there, you want this one. And that's going to resize it so that it's whatever wide, like in this case, it'll be like 768 by 512 or 820 or something by 512. And that's sort of like as low as we can go while maintaining the low. You don't want to generate any lower than 512 on either side with Stable Diffusion, especially Stable Diffusion 1.5. So that way we'll make sure that whatever video we put in is small enough to render fast, but it's also big enough that it won't look like crap when it comes time to do it. So this load video, it goes into the VAE thing for the background. And now we're going to generate a mask with this this video. Now this is the yeah. Okay, this is a little much, but let's go through it slow. You're going to need the impact pack and KJNodes for ComfyUI. Impact pack and KJNodes. Those are the only 2 node packs you'll need outside of our normal packs. So those are available in the manager. Or later, if you go download this from my Discord afterwards, you can just click install missing nodes when it's done. So yeah, we're going to open up the image batch. We want an image batch to image list. Image batch to image list. Okay. So this is changing a batch of images to a list of images. And a list of images is an array that is required for certain nodes in ComfyUI. So if you've dumped a batch of images into a node and it starts complaining that it needs them in a list, you need this image batch to image list node. Okay, and now we need to load up some segmentation detection stuff. This is in the impact pack, okay? Ultralytics. We need the Ultralytics detector provider. And we need the SAM loader. Bbox, we want segment person YOLOv8 and SAM. And for this one, SAM VITB 160. Yep, auto path. Yep, okay. So those are the settings for those two. Okay. And then all this stuff is going to go into a node called Simple Detector. I think it's SAM. No. Bbox detector? Nope. Oh. Impact simple detector segs. That's the one. All right, so we plug our Bbox detector into the Bbox detector widget thingamajig, the seg-m into the seg-m, and the SAM into the SAM. Images into the images. So hopefully that makes sense. Bbox to Bbox, seg-m to seg-m, SAM to SAM, image to image. Bbox threshold was 0.5, 0, 3, 10, 0.5. I'm just double checking my settings here. These look good. Those are just default settings. So this is going to create our segments, and that's what we're going to use to determine what's the person and what's everything else. Let's go with, now we need to turn this into a mask. So segs to mask. Is it, yeah, segs to combine mask. Now we have a mask. We're going to grow this mask with blur. That's in the KJNodes one. And we're going to set this to 10. 10 pixels around it. 0, tapered corners are on. Flip input is off. Use CUDA is on. Set a blur radius of 5 pixels. And sigma 1, 1, 1. Yeah. So those are the settings for the grow mask with blur. All right. And then we have our mask, and the mask needs to go into mask list to masks. To mask batch. And then this mask goes into here. So that is a very confusing way to say this video here is providing the background. This stuff here is going to cut the person out, and then it's going to tell it that this is the mask and this is the background. We need that because we're about to change the mask, but leave the background alone. Okay. So let's add the Inpaint processor as well. Inpaint processor. Okay. So the image goes into, okay, we're going to save the Inpaint for the Inpaint node, and that comes out of, this comes out of the main video. Okay, we're going to save this for ControlNet time, but we need this for the Inpainting ControlNet. But we'll keep this down here for now, and I'll pull it up when we need it later. So that's, yep, that's that. Segs to mask. Try and keep this tight. Nice and tidy. Nice and tidy. All right. Yep. What else? Okay, so now we're going to determine all the ControlNet stuff, the preprocess, the ControlNet stuff that we need to preprocess. We're going to take the OpenPose from the mask. We're going to convert that to like a thresholded image. And then we're going to add a blur around it so that we're giving ourselves enough room around the body. And we're using ControlNet to inpaint the seams so that we're transitioning gently from the pixels on the image to the thing. So it'll look less like a cutout, and more like it's actually blended into the footage. Yeah. So let's add the mask first. So in order to do this, we need to color to mask from this. So let's add a color to mask. Image color to mask. Is that it? Is it image color to mask? No, it's color to mask. There we go. Image in. Okay, so this color to mask is going to be white. So we want 255, 255, and 255 with a threshold of 0. And we need a second color, and we're going to combine them. So we've got copy and paste. We got a color to mask and another color to mask. Plug this image sequence into here. And so this one is going to be gray-ish. So it's 100, 100, 100, and you want the threshold around 168, which is like a round half, a little more than half. And now we need to composite these two masks. So we need a mask composite. We have destination and a source. Whoops. Top one destination, bottom one source. XY is 0, and we want to use the blend mode add. All right, and we're going to grow this with blur, grow mask with blur, just like the other one. And let's check these settings. We want 40 for the 40 pixels around the edges. Tapered corners are on. Flip input is off. Fuse CUDA is on. We're going to do a blur radius of 15 pixels. A sigma of 1.7, and the rest stay on 1. All right. Those are the settings for that grow mask. Okay, and then we're going to take the mask and convert mask to image. Why is that a 2? Mask to image. Not segs. Image. There we go. Mask to image. And then the image, we can preview that. Preview that. Very cool. All right. So that is our initial mask. We also want move that over there. And we also want to add another one of these convert mask to image nodes. And we want to look at the output of this one. Boop. Yeah. And then you'll have another preview image node. Plug that in there. Okay. So this will be the preview from the first mask we made. This will be the preview from the one we just made. And let's also do a DWPose estimation. This is going to do the OpenPose stuff. This might work. It might not. It's actually been breaking a lot in the last couple days. Not just me, but other people too. We'll add a preview for that, and we'll pop it up here. And so now this will be the DWPose. This will be the first mask we generated, and this will be the last mask we generated using the OpenPose information, I believe. Yeah. Let me double check that. Yeah, uno, dos, tres. Okay, cool. Let's go. This will be a lot less confusing once it runs, I think. So our inpainting is doing its thing. The inpainting needs a mask, and the mask comes from mask list to masks. This one? Boop. Okay. Our inpainting processor is doing its thing. We're going to need to plug that into ControlNet up here in a bit. We got our black and white mask. We got our DWPose estimation, and then our previews for the two masks. Beautiful. What else do we need? We need to set up the rest of the diffusion. Okay, so all that crap won't do anything yet because it's It's all for processing the footage and putting the footage into different places. So here we'll build the rest of the nodey stuff up here. So we got our checkpoint. Unplug that from. Oh, it's not even plugged into model yet. Okay. Out of our checkpoint, we need to go into our IP adapters. So we want an apply IP adapter node. There it is. We're just going to apply the regular one. Yep. The image, we'll do a load image. This is where we can do Mr. Bean or whatever we want. I think I have Mr. Bean here somewhere. Mr. Bean, there you are. All right, we got our Mr. Bean. It's important to always use Mr. Bean. I'm just kidding. I just like to prep image for clip vision. Okay, we use this prep image for clip vision node because then we don't have to crop or scale or do any fun stuff with our image. We can drop any image we want in here, and this will take care of making sure that it's cropped wherever you ask it to. And it's got different kinds of interpolation if you're really nerdy about it. But it's just a quick way to pre-process your images before they go into thing, and it saves you a lot of time. The other nodes we need for this are clip vision. So we need the SD15 clip vision. Link is on my Discord. So if you just Google IP adapters plus the ComfyUI thing, all the links are at the top of that. We also need IP adapter loader. So that's the basic setup for a yeah, that right there is a basic setup for a IP adapters rig. And the checkpoint goes in. Okay. So yeah, you load whatever image you want in there. The AI will look at it using these clip vision models and the IP adapter model, and it will add that to your prompt. So yeah, it's really sick. All right, so this model goes in here, and now out of this model, we need to go into AnimateDiff. So let's add AnimateDiff loader. No, AnimateDiff loader with context. We need this next. Okay. The model goes into model, context options, drag out of that and let go. And you want this AnimateDiff uniform context options node. And that's going to give you your context options, which you're just leaving alone if you for the beginning. That's fine. And then we're going to add a load LoRa loader. And this is where we load the LCM LoRa corresponding to the version of Stable Diffusion that we're using. So if you're using Stable Diffusion 1.5 checkpoints, you need to use the SD15 LCM. If you want to use SDXL, you can use the SDXL one. No problemo. And you can add this model sampling discrete node and change it to LCM. I don't know if this is actually necessary, but I've been doing it and it feels good. And then this finally goes into the K sampler. So our model has done some gymnastics here, but it starts in our checkpoint loader here, right? I'll find a good way to lay this stuff out. Starts in our checkpoint loader, goes into the IP adapter, into AnimateDiff, loads the LCM LoRa, and now we can render at like 6 steps instead of 20, which is awesome because it takes way less time. I think it's running ads right now. So I'll wait a few seconds before doing the next thing. Good old YouTube. And so the next thing you might be wondering is why haven't we touched the clip stuff yet? We'll get there. Relax. Jeez. Calm down. Let's color these nodes before we go any further so that our brains don't explode. Image nodes are blue. I do loaders as brown. AnimateDiff stuff and clip and all that other stuff. ControlNet, I always make yellow. Load LoRa, that's purple, or sorry, that's brown. Model sampling discrete has to do with diffusion, so I guess I'll make it green because it's settings. Green and apply IP adapter is it does with images, but it has more to do with diffusion, so let's do purple. All right, K sampler, diffusion, purple. VAE encoder, VAEs are red. VAE decoder, VAEs are red. Image stuff is all blue. All right. This stuff is all image based, so let's make it blue. Y'all are all blue too. Colors blue. And DWPose estimation is yellow because it is ControlNet related. Load video is blue because it is this stuff is all images. Yeah, let's go with images. Blue. Inpaint processor. You're actually, oh no, you're blue too because you deal with images. Cool. Okay, that's a lot less awful. All right, next. Let's do clip. Okay, so what does our clip go to? Well, first our clip goes to a clip skip. We need a clip set last layer. Set that to -1 or 2 if you want. This is the clip skip. It's yellow because it's clip related. All right, after the clip skip, we actually need to encode some clips. Those will be green and they will be red because they are our positive and really. There we go. Positive and negative prompts. What is going on today? Positive. All right, cool. Our positive and negative prompts. Positive and negative prompts normally would just go straight into the K sampler, but tonight we'll be using some ControlNet. We need 2 ControlNets for this. We need the Inpainting ControlNet and the OpenPose ControlNet. All right. So let's build them. NSFW nude into the negatives because we're on YouTube. And let's do Mr. Bean as the prompt. Imagine that. All right. Okay. So first things first, let's add the 2 apply ControlNet nodes we need. You want the apply ControlNet advanced nodes for this. So we're going to loop our clips through. Negative goes through the negative, or positive goes through the positive. Negative goes through the negative. This, don't do what I'm doing here. Do it right. And negative to negative. Okay, so positive goes to positive, positive, positive. Negative goes negative, 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 negative. Skaboom. All right, so that's our 2 control nets. We need to load loaders for the control nets. So we need the advanced loaders with time step. That one, yep. So for inpainting, we need time step because we need to tell it to only do it when it's inpainting, not when it's doing other stuff. So this is a little confusing, but we need to add a scaled soft control net weight. And you need to leave it at 0.825. clip weight's false. Time step goes into time step. This goes into this. This is fine. We add a ControlNet here. We're going to add another ControlNet loader. This one doesn't need, you don't need to use this, but whatever. And this one we're going to use OpenPose. So we've got our Inpainting and our OpenPose. If you don't have these ControlNets, just grab them online, Google ControlNet SD15, and only download them from Hugging Face. You know, or Civitai, but Hugging Face is safest. Okay. ControlNet is control netting, I think. VAE encoding is going well. Everything's plugged in, all hunky funky dory. You don't have a latent image yet. You're going to need that from the VAE encoder. Boop. So our VAE encoder goes into the latent image of the K sampler. Now, we need images for our ControlNet to understand what it's doing. So, where do you come from? Image. So I want the image from the Inpaint processor into the apply ControlNet. So remember that Inpaint processor we made 3 months ago down here? Yeah. Let's pull that up here. And this is the images comes from this. And then for the final, we actually want to pull from straight from our video input. So this goes all the way up here. All right. Boop. Boop. Okay. That's the entire workflow. I think. We'll find out if we get an error when I go to run it. But let's make this stuff all yellow. All right. Okay. You want a 12 one as well? Sure, why not? Ain't gonna hurt nobody. In. All right, cool. Boo. That much room, I think. Yeah, we'll just move you all over. Okay. Let's set our frame load cap to just 16 frames just to see if this thing even works. And we'll set tell it to select every other frame so it'll be a little faster. It'll run it at double time. Right. I forgot two things. I forgot to plug the clip through the LoRa loader. Boop. 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 Yeah. And then I forgot to send this. What is you? Oh, yeah, Clip Vision. All right, while you're there. All right. This VAE needs to go into our decoder as well. You see that other error we had? It's because I didn't plug the VAE from our checkpoint into the decoder. Okay. Why are you still running a prompt? Oh, you're doing OpenPose. Okay, cool. All right, let's run that again. Okay, our mask might be a little out to lunch here. I'm not sure what's going on there, but we'll look at it in a minute. Actually, it might be all right. We shall soon see. All right, what did I do? AnimateDiff. Oh, I've got the wrong AnimateDiff model loaded. You should load an AnimateDiff model that is related, works with the platform. I'm using Stable Diffusion 1.5, so yeah, that's why that didn't work. Holy crap! I think it's working. I don't mean to sound so amazed, but last night was not this quick. bum, bum, bum. Okay. I guess I could do this a little less confusing. Yeah. All right, cool. Title. OpenPose. You are edit group title. Blur mask. Threshold mask. Input video goes there. Well, nailed it. All right. Let's have a look at all the settings and make sure everything's not insane. Did I miss anything? Let me check these, compare them up. All right. 40, 0, true, blur radius 15, 1.7. Yeah, you're good. And 10, 0.5, 0, 3, 10, 0.5, 0, 0, 0.7, 10, 0, true, 5, 1, 0, 0. Yep. Yes. Lower the IP adapter weight a bit. Just trying to make sure my settings are the same as my other one. LCM LoRa. Yep. OpenPose. Base multiplier. Yep. 101, 101. Let's try that again. VAE might have went a little too hard, or the IP adapters might have went a little too hard on that. It looks like the OpenPose, though, maybe wasn't... Oh, you know what? I think I screwed up. I think this... I know why. This OpenPose out goes into the OpenPose in. I think I sent the actual video in there. That's not good. So let's run that again. Can you invert it so you do the background and not the dancer? Yes, probably. Not quite sure how off the top of my head because we're using OpenPose to do the person. So yeah. Yeah, I sent video straight into OpenPose, which won't work. We preprocessed it. We might as well use it. Now it should stick to the body, like, and make sense. This is creepy too, just to inpaint a crazy character into the area with no understanding of what the body's doing. Oh, I even have I have it in the wrong, I'm using the wrong settings for the thing too. Okay, here we go. This is working. Okay, I need to set this to 6 steps, and I need to set it to LCM. Let's run that again. This should be a lot faster. Oh, CFG is also way too high. We set it to 2 for LCM. 2 or 3. I think that was with a super high CFG, so now this is with a lower CFG. This should be a lot less overcooked. He looks like Saddam Hussein, not Mr. Bean. There we go. Mr. Bean dancing on the beach. We did it. We freaking did it. All right, let's add a group for these. Let's add a group for the diffusion. Inpainting, decoding, preview. Don't actually need this because this doesn't work if you save. Yeah, it's just the image. Yeah, it doesn't save the batch. This is useless. All right, cool. This will be diffusion. Add group. Okay. Title. Diffusion. Title. Output. Add a group. Title. This is open ControlNet 2. And this is ControlNet 1. Inpaint preprocessor, you can actually go in here because you're kind of part of this. Kind of part of this. Sure. All right. Clip. Edit title. Prompt. Edit title. AnimateDiff. Threshold mask. OpenPose. Blur mask. Input video. You are loaders. And IP adapters. Damn. All right, cool. It's not as scary with the groups. Let's give some space between them here so we can. Yeah. Yeah. can see the connection. Cool. All right. We are fully connected. I guess kind of like is outside of the whatever. It can live here. I won't get too OCD about this. Okay. Diffusion output, ControlNet 1, 2 prompt, animate, checkpoint, IP adapters, threshold mask, and the blur mask. Input video, OpenPose, processing, ControlNet 1. Yes. Not so scary, right? Not so scary. Okay. Let's see what it does with other footage. I think I have the footage of the ladies driving in the vehicle. We can try that. Yeah. Scoopy whoop. All right. Let's do 16 frames and see if we can get Mr. Bean driving in his car. Now, the really cool thing about this is we're rendering at the input footage resolution. So if we want, we can actually add an image upscaler on the end of this to render higher with the same input footage. Or just, you know, disable the force size or set a custom width and height. And then you can just set the resolution of your whatever you want to render. This thing here with the force size will basically, it'll squish the image down. So if the image is bigger and you want to run a higher res animation, then you just want to set force size to a lower or the same resolution. Easy peasy. These masks. I wonder if this 40 is too high for the expansion mask here. I'm not quite sure. I also don't know where this goes after it goes here. I might have screwed something up. Grow mask with blur goes to... Oh yeah, grow mask to blur goes to maskless to masks. Oh, did I plug the wrong one in? No. I'll have to look at the original thing. I might have screwed up this whole part because this doesn't go anywhere. I don't know what we're doing with this blur mask. Yeah. I have to look at the tutorial again. I think I screwed something up. It doesn't matter. It seems to be working. There we go. Mr. Beans driving down the road. Everything's fine. Totally normal. So if we back off on the OpenPose ControlNet a little bit, it might give the AI some room to wiggle around and make them move a little more. We'll see. But I mean, look at this iteration time. 6 steps, right? Like, it's so fast. Once you've generated the OpenPose like footage and stuff, it's so fast. I could have just made his eyes terrifying. I love how there's 2 of them. Okay, let's try a different input video. We can try a different input image as well. What happens if we make me ride a motorcycle? a 40-year-old hipster riding a motorcycle. Some friggin' nerd riding a motorcycle. I'm only doing 16 frame runs because they the DWPose stuff right now is actually the biggest bottleneck on this. Like there's something wrong with it. It's only using CPU, so it's like crazy slow. Crazy slow. Wow. That's a lot better than the ones I was getting earlier. Huh. Let's get that ControlNet back up to 1. Let's run that one again. I mean, it looks nothing like me, but it's a human person. Should I drag the input video over so you can see? It's pretty good with the ControlNet or the OpenPose. Let's do more frames. Let's do 96 frames. Where do we do that? On here. 96 instead of 16. Give it a chance to jump out of a context window and see what happens. This is going to take a little while it generates all the DW poses. So get up, grab a drink, stretch your legs, or don't. I'm not your mom. I'll be back, but I'm going to do all that stuff. I'll be right back. Oh yeah. I got a drink. All right. Is this thing done? Still DW posing. All right. All right. What are you guys working on tonight? Don't everybody talk at once. I'll turn my camera back on soon. I'm just rolling a naughty stick. Ooh, 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 things are happening. Whoa. Not sure what it's doing. Why didn't see two people? Oh, we're still on the motorcycle footage. Right. Thought we were still on the dancing footage. Trying to change the background of the video. I mean, I think it would just be a matter of reversing this process, yeah? I'm telling it to only inpaint around the edges as opposed to inside the mask. Well, we can try and figure it out after this. Should be somewhat possible. All right, let's kill this animation before I forget to do it later. Bye-bye. All right, render, render, render. We're doing 96 frames now. I'm going to take a little longer. But we'll get 96 frames instead of 16. Also, maybe I should save this workflow while it's working. Masking, AnimateDiff, LCM, ControlNet. Oh, and I'll, oh, sorry, here, let me move this over here. Yeah, and then we'll save. Color yellow, checkpoint, brown, color blue, color blue, color blue, color blue, color yellow, color yellow, diffusion is purple, purple, and output is blue. Hey, all right, so, you know, before I upload this to my Discord, I think I'm going to figure out this little bit here. and what I'm supposed to be doing with this blur. I guess I could just update it later because it does work. Whatever. Nice. Doing a pretty good job over the context windows. Motorcycles are changing into different motorcycles. I think I switched to shorts at some point. Yep. What? It's pretty cool. Okay. Let's look at the mask. So this, if this is what we're masking, we want to actually just inpaint the opposite of this. So like, I wonder if yeah, invert mask. Invert mask. Invert mask. Yeah. So this will probably break the OpenPose stuff. But I think, if I'm right, yeah. So now this should just inpaint stuff around the person. So you just really want to use this invert mask thing here. I'm not sure what this is going to do, though. This should be pretty interesting. Actually, I should probably do one with a no open pose access. Yeah, yeah. I think the thing to do here would be make a background masking version and then use depth mapping on the background. We can try that. I'll save this as a, I'll save it as it was originally, and then we'll branch off and try and turn it into something that only affects the backgrounds. It should be easy enough. If I'm right, this should only inpaint the background and not the subject. But the prompt is also somebody riding a motorcycle, so I don't know if it's just gonna, like, I don't know what it's gonna do. It's still prompted on the subject, so who knows? Yeah, there you go. It sucks because it's not doing anything on the background, but it's definitely working. Super trippy. So, in that case, let's remove this mask and plug these guys back in. Mask to mask, mask to mask. Okay, so run this, make sure this works. This should be normal. Yeah, okay. Close. Oh, cancel. We're going to save this one just to have it. And now we're going to... Oh, look, we got a mask inverted. Super sick. You don't even need that invert node. And then instead of OpenPose here, we're going to use depth and apply that at 1. And we're going to Zoe map it. And that's going to go into the depth control net. Yeah. Yeah, see? Well, we're going to make you yellow. All right. That. Now, that should depth map everything around, and that should give us something to play with. So let's prompt for the background, not the person, and we don't use IP adapters. Or if we do, we use it to define a background of some kind. No, we're just going to turn it off. And let's just prompt a new background. Riding fast through... riding fast on a country road in the middle of Europe. Let's try that. So I screwed up. Or did I? Oh no, we good. We good. We good. This one's still doing nothing. Mortadella Road. All right, now we're depth mapping the background. So this will be our mask. You know, it's all right. There's probably some stuff we can do to fix that up. Oh, hang on. No. No. We need... So we need... This might be fine. I was thinking we would need to actually mask this out as the threshold. But maybe not. Maybe having it is fine. We'll see. Render. Here we go. Final step. So this should be taking the depth map information in from the original video and using that to ControlNet the background. And then it hopefully will only do that on the background and leave the motorcycle person motorcycling. Maybe. Or maybe it breaks. Let's find out. Oh, that's cool. That's really trippy. That's really trippy. Original footage. That's really neat. You could go even deeper too. You could add more you could add more control nets. I think if you got the line art in there as well. Yep. All right. Let's try that out. Yeah, it's already got Zoe, so should just have to do line art. That just looks cool as hell on its own. All right. Then we'll save this one as the background replacer, and I'll drop them both on the Discord tonight. No. Sorry. You can, it's just incredibly slow and a lot of stuff doesn't work, right? You can run it on the cloud though, like on RunPod and stuff, but you know, it costs money. Yeah, you're basically do 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 do. 1 minute. I think with line art it'll be a lot more detailed, but it'll be probably closer to the original. Oh, sure. I have a i5 12th gen, I think, with 3090. And about like 32 gigs of VRAM, or 32 gigs of RAM, 24 gigs of VRAM. Right now, this process is using about 14 gigabytes of VRAM. So your mileage may vary. I'm also streaming on Twitch. I'm doing some other crap. I got Discord open. You might be able to get it under 12. Yeah, this stuff's around 10 the minimum for AnimateDiff. And then once you start adding ControlNet and IP adapters and all that other crap, VRAM usage starts to increase. And also resolution and all the other things. What's up, Wait a man? Wait a man. I used to love that comic. The way he would like shoot and then just sort of fall or drag himself into the location. So this has line art as well. So yeah, the lines are definitely, it's more rotoscopy. It's cool. A little halo around the people and then the other people flicker, but it's pretty interesting. Let me try that with the you know, the where's my ladies driving? Yeah, let's try that. Yeah, I mean with the mask, I guess we don't really need to mask out IntelliJust to do the line art and stuff on the white areas, because it's kind of better to have all the ControlNet on the original frames for the depth and line art, because the mask will cover up anything. So this should be cool. Don't quite know what we're gonna get, but also I should open a new tab and look at my other workflow and see if I can figure out. Let's go back to the tutorial. toyxyz. There's that new high res fix I gotta play with too. Oh, cool. Somebody made a... That's neat. Somebody made a HDRI thing for AnimateDiff. Very cool. We got the OpenPose. What did I do wrong with the masks here? So my mask goes KJNodes ComfyUI. Mask list to masks. Oh. Weird. Mask to image MTB node. Why is that different? Oh, where do you go? Oh, so this mask is supposed to go into mask optional in the apply advanced ControlNet node, but I don't see that option. Oh, interesting. I'm using the wrong ass ControlNet thing. Okay, we'll play with that on the other one. That's interesting. I see what I did wrong. Yeah. Yeah, somebody made a... Because it's animating the HDRI, you could load that up in Blender and then, like, you've got a trippy world that's, you know, backgrounds that are animated. We're doing Blender animations. Pretty clever. The underwater one is sick. I gotta make a bunch of these. These are cool as hell. I have to figure out how to do that too. That'll have to be the next one. Probably figure that out on stream, actually. Gotta be a way to draw a mask in, right? Text. What if I want to draw my own mask right in Comfy? Hmm. Okay. Maybe there isn't a way to draw yet in Comfy. Oh, that's cool. So trippy to have like real people driving through AnimateDiff land. It's cool how it's totally replaced all the stuff. Hey, Serge, what's up, bud? All right. Well, that's dope. So let's save that as the background mask. AnimateDiff, LCM, ControlNet. All right, we got our background mask. Let's get our human masking back up because I wanted to look at what we were doing with this broken ass stuff over here. Okay, let me have another look at this image here. Okay. So I'm going back through toyxyz's workflow here. And I'm trying to figure out what I've done wrong. So images come from the right place. Let's get you back over here so I don't go crazy. Yes, thank you. Okay. Bloop boop color mask, mask composite. Yes. Mask go to grow mask with blur. Yes. That grow mask with blur goes out to convert mask to image. Yes. But it's also not working. So let's try mask to image. I don't know why he's using an MTB node, or if that matters. Mask to image. Let's see, do I have the MTB nodes installed? No, I do not. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But it needs to plug into the mask optional of this one. Advanced ControlNet. Yeah, not you so much. No. You. So let's go positive to positive, negative to negative. Same deal here. All right, cool. ControlNet comes from here. The image comes from OpenPose. Comes from the OpenPose image, which is here. Bloop. And then the mask comes from here. Mask optional. Yes. Yes. Okay. But me look at the other thing, make sure it's plugged in right. What do we got? Ultralytics, just double checking all my settings here. Yeah, that's all good. Let's go down. Pose estimation. Oh, wait a minute. I know why. It's being weird. I think this comes from here. I think this comes from here. Whoa, sir, get back into your spot. Okay. Okay. Does that make sense? Let's see what that does. I need a video of someone. Yeah, I need this. Let's do the first 32 frames so it doesn't take 5 ever. Okay, we do the DWPose animation, just estimation. It feeds into this blur mask. We get this blur mask. We use that for the OpenPose. Interesting. Is that really how it works? Well, we'll see. And then, yeah, I think everything else is set up right. We will soon see. That looks correcter. More correcter. Nice. Okay. Ah, okay. It's because we're only getting the body after a little while. All right, that's fine. I think that did what it was supposed to do. So let's see. Twerk, twerk, twerk. All day long. Twerk, twerk, twerk while I sing this song. I don't actually know what the prompt is. 40-year-old hipster riding a motorcycle with my face as the input. So this should be pretty weird. Wonder if I'll be dancing with the motorcycle. Ear won't pop. It's driving me crazy. Just needs to pop. That's good. Why? Oh, why? I love it, but why? Okay, let's try 40-year-old Miami dancing. Dancing. Yeah. Let's try that again. Yes, LCM 6 steps. It's fast as hell once it gets into the sampler, man. Look at that. 6 steps is crazy. I'm thinking, what's plugged into the OpenPose though? The actual OpenPose plus the mask. Might not need the mask. Might not need the mask. We'll see. Something's off. Something's a little off. OpenPose. Hmm. Mm-hmm. 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 It's just being really weird. I swear I was getting better results without that mask. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah, that's just being weird as hell. Did I not feed it the OpenPose? Yeah, I did. Huh. I swear I was getting better results yesterday. Wonder what I screwed up. Let's try Joni baby. This threshold goes hold on. VAE Encode for inpainting. This mask comes from mask list to masks. Yes. Why does this come from two places? Oh, it goes to two places. Inpaint preprocessor, yes. Also the VAE encoder, yes. Yes. This comes from Grow Mask with Blur, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's correct. Or is it? Yeah, it is. I feel like that's not going to work at all. Huh. This doesn't make sense. I don't know why it isn't better. Wonder why. Wonder why. Oh, with those line art works really good. Let's try. Do I have any footage where people are like running around and doing stuff? Try this. Dancing, dancing. Let's do the other way. 512 by X. All right. Let's get 32 frames of the jazzercise here. And see if we can turn it into me. It should be able to pull this skeleton, I think, with minimal problems. Because this ain't it. Whatever this horrible monstrosity is. No. Clear for you, maybe. Sets my brain on fire. Curly noodles set my brain on fire. Here we go. I think this is more along the lines of what it's supposed to be doing. You know, if you have good input footage. Yeah. Because then it's going to inpaint everything inside this, right? Boop doo doo doo. Boom, 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 Hey, Consumption, what's going on, buddy? We're making Grandma dance right now. With my face, hopefully. Oh, hell yeah. So there it is. It's beautiful. I don't know if we could even do better than this. I'm going to do even more frames. How many frames do you think this could even be? Let's do the whole shabiggly bango. I should have checked how many frames this is. That's pretty sick. I mean, with the background removal too, like, I mean, I know the background is just white, but it's awesome. It's awesome. All that from a friggin' photo. No idea how many frames this is gonna be. I figure it can't be more than like 120. It's at 3 times speed. All right. Well, that all makes sense now. So ControlNet 1 is the OpenPose, right? No, it's Inpainting. Yeah. And the mask comes from here. You plugged in. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's try to clean this up. OpenPose is yellow. You are blue. Blue. You are purple. You are brown. You are yellow. Prompt is green. ControlNet is yellow. Yellow. Diffusion is purple. Outputs are blue. Cool. All right. And DW still going? LOL. Yeah, I mean, regular OpenPose is faster right now, but it's not as in depth. Is there a way to see number of frames for an upload video? Not really. You can do it with FFmpeg, and I don't know. I've been thinking about building a little Python thing to do it, but I'm also lazy. But it'll tell you once it's done pre-processing, if you got it in a preview image box, it'll tell you how many frames the batch is, which is 104. In this case, so it's going to do 104 frames once it gets through the animation stage here. We're doing our simple detector, which is going to do the segmentation. Pull the person out. You can use this to do thresholding if you want to threshold an image between the subject in the background, you can use this threshold mask. Any of these node groups that you want to save and use again later, you can select them all, right click outside, and then you can say save selected as template. So then you can say human segmentation. So then later in another thing, I can go to node templates and go human segmentation, and I've got my thing for doing it. And I just feed it the image from whatever I want to feed it and feed it out to wherever it goes. It's one of the things that makes ComfyUI so powerful. It's just, you know, you can modularize all these little things, just drop them in when you want them and go. Maybe I'll use greens for the loaders. It's a little easier on the eyes. Yeah. Probably don't need this at 1. After it's done loading, if you look at your image preview, it'll tell you the amount in the batch. So I know this is 104 frames because of this. And also, once it starts rendering, it'll tell you up here. It says, I got too many frames, so I'm using context window of 16, 104. So it's telling me that there's 104 frames in this video. If you want to do it beforehand, you can load it up in like a video editor and switch it to frame mode and see how many frames you want and cut out how many frames you want out. In this case, I know that I'm skipping every, like I'm only grabbing every third frame. So this animation is actually 104 times 3 long, but I'm only pulling 104 frames because I'm skipping 2 frames every frame. If you want to render a certain amount of frames from a video, all you do is edit the frame load cap to whatever you want. So you just say, I want to run 16 frames, or I want to run 32 frames. It only grabbed the first whatever of that. And then you can use this skip first frames here to go to a part in the video. So say I want to skip ahead to 69 frames and then render 32 frames from the 69th frame. That's how you would do that. So you can just render out little sections for testing, and then you can render out the whole thing when you're done. Tonight, we've been mostly rendering 32 frame segments so that we can see what happens over a context change, and it's fast enough that it doesn't take this long to render every time. There we go. Not bad. Did I drag it? Yeah, I dragged it. There we go. Pretty cool. Right on. Well, I'm going to clean up this and I will post it on I will post it on my Discord as well as the background removal version. If you want to get those, you can get there. They're all on Pers at XYZ. If you like these streams, you want to support me, I've got a Patreon. You can slide over there, patreon.com/Pers. Supporters get access to a special channel on Discord, and but for right now, all the stuff is free and open to everybody, all the packs and all the workflows. So just join the Discord, you get all that stuff for free. The Patreon is just for people who want to put some money in the tip jar, which I really appreciate. Helps keep this stuff going. Thank you so much, everyone. I will probably be back online Tuesday night. I'm going to work on that LCM live webcam stuff tomorrow. And if I get it working, I'll stream about it and how to set it up. But I have a feeling it's going to take me a day or two to get that really lined up. So I'll work on that. And then, yeah, we'll do a video on that live webcam. And, oh, am I muted? Is my thing muted? Should be coming through. You guys hear me? Hello? Words? Hello? Am I muted? Hello? I just did a whole long spiel. Okay, cool. Yeah, so patreon.com/Pers if you want to help out. Discord, and yeah, I'm going to work on the LCM thing. I want to set up the webcam mode, and I want to set up the live painting mode. So we'll figure out how to get that going. And then, yeah, I'll either stream about it tomorrow night if I get it all set up. And if I don't get it set up on, I'll stream about it on Tuesday after I get it all set up. But basically, yeah, I think the path to that is Krita and a plugin, and then running the LCM through ComfyUI in server mode. So that'll be hard for me to set up. So it'll be probably hard for you to set up too. But we'll figure it out together, and I'll show you how to do it once I know. And you'll be able to do live webcam LCM stuff and live drawing LCM stuff, which is all the rage right now. I mean, it's really cool. It's really cool. So yeah, have a great night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out, and I appreciate you all. We will see you tomorrow or Thursday. Deuces.